Okay. Hello. Can people hear me okay today? We had problems with the audio last week when I tried to run the webinar. If you can hear me okay, please just pop a message into the chat for me. Okay. So I'd like to welcome everybody along to today's webinar. The title, of course, is How to Make Online Videos That Don't Suck. Now, of course, I'd love to be able to do that with a webinar, because the last two times I tried this, it really sucked balls. But anyway, today we're going to talk about how to make videos that don't suck, and we're going to cover specifically in this webinar. So now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura Francis, and I specialise specifically in working with small business owners and entrepreneurs just like you, and helping you to create online marketing strategies that get you a steady stream of clients and help you to learn fun ways to promote and monetize your business. Excellent. Thanks, Karen. I'm glad everyone can hear me today. So now, I guess I know you're on this webinar today because you don't yet market, you likely don't yet market yourself on video, and you think you don't have what it takes to be able to do that. But the reality of the situation is that you do, and that you can use online videos to help attract a steady and consistent stream of high-paying clients to your business month in, month out, using very simple techniques and strategies. So I guess today I'd like to run through a few of those things with you, and let's just take a look at what we're going to talk about today. Okay, just bear with me just a second. Just get the screen share happening here. Okay. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about how to make videos that don't suck, and we're going to talk specifically about why you don't need to spend a shit ton of money on flashy equipment to get started. And we're going to, thanks Adam, and we're going to do that by breaking down the bits and pieces that you actually need to enable you to make kick-ass videos in your own home studio. So we'll talk about where to find the stuff that you need, and how you can easily and totally cost effectively make use of the stuff that you already have on hand, which is really cool. And as a matter of fact, another cool thing I'm going to share with you today is I'll show you how easy it is for you to overcome your fears and your objections around other people's judgments around the videos, and around the views you have on seeing yourself on camera and listening to the sound of your own voice. And why it's not really as scary as you might think, and we'll talk about how those self-sabotaging thoughts are stopping you from stepping up and taking the kind of action that will enable you to have the business of your dreams. Cool. So I'm going to teach you how you can use your video bloopers also to your advantage, and how to build those into your marketing strategy. So please do stay on the line with me while we go through a few of these things, okay? Cool. Okay. So since registering for this webinar, you should have received 3 cheat sheets. The first one would be the ultimate video blog structure. And the second would be the ultimate studio lighting setup, and then my personal killing it with video secret formula. So we'll discuss these things a little bit more in detail throughout the webinar. But right now, I guess we really need just to get down to it. So now let's just think about it. When you start videos, you're probably not going to become a multi-millionaire within the first couple of months of using online video, but used thoughtfully and consistently as part of your ongoing online marketing strategy, you will see some real results on that. So, and that's exactly what I've done over the past year or so, and I'll tell you a little bit more about my story later. But I guess firstly, you don't have to be a big brand, like a name like Derek Halpern or Seth Roden, to use online video and implement a video marketing strategy that will make you real money online. So there's a lot of concern out there that it's going to be really expensive, and I guess, look, while I'm not going to tell you that you need to spend a lot of money on equipment, I do specialise in ways that are guaranteed to have you seen as an expert in your marketplace, okay? And that is really where what I'm passionate about, and turning everything you possibly can into a profit centre. And it's really easy when you get the hang of it, but we'll talk a little bit more about that soon. So, you know, another really big concern people have is that they don't want to get distracted because they've spent so much time suffering the bright, shiny object syndrome, and they really just want to focus on tactics and strategies that will make them money. And that's a kick-ass mindset to have. So I guess now let's talk about video and how it's a critical element in to current online marketing practices, and how you can use it to grow your business and your online profile. Oh, where'd my slideshow go? What happened? Okay, cool. So statistics show that video is by far the best tool to help your blogs and social media posts go viral. And that's not just on Facebook, but on YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, and a multitude of other platforms. Did you know that people retain 85% of your marketing message in videos versus only 10% in text? And I guess, you know, videos can add massive value to business, and it has a multitude of uses. And video is a sensational tool for educating your audience, and it helps sell your product. And it generates leads as well. It can be used as a great lead generation tool, which is something I have a great amount of success with. So it can also be used and in many ways, and can be repurposed and reused in multiple times. So without the need to have to reshoot each time that you use it. So how can you use video in your business? And I guess, you know, there's quite a few ways, but here's just a couple that you can use. You can use videos for lead generation. You can use videos for blogs and to run your online programs, to offer your online program content. You can use videos for product demonstration and client testimonials. Trend recap, so you can put a video together to show the latest trends and how things have changed over, say, a 6 to 12 month period. You can also run audience polls and have illustrative animations go on through them as well. So there really is, it really is quite endless as to how you can use them. And there are really so many ways to use video to your advantage, but I guess you should choose 2 or 3 ways to use video at first, and then develop that over time. So let's take a look at the basics and look at what you need to get started. So like I've already said, you don't need to spend a shit ton of money to make your online videos, but to do it well, you do need the right equipment. And most of us already have an iPhone, and these are perfect for making your online videos. So instead of wasting time and money on flashy, over-the-top, high-tech video camera equipment, I encourage you to really make the use of what you already have, particularly when you're first starting out. And as you know, the iPhone, it's light and it's easily portable. And for most of us, we already know how to use the video function. And I guess if you don't know, it's you know, it's pretty easy to learn. So you know, it's not that complicated. So using the iPhone in conjunction with a couple of budget-friendly apps will help you to be able to produce high-quality, easily downloadable and shareable videos in next to no time. So you can use videos in the studio or use them outdoors. And you can create great videos with the iPhone 5 especially, because it has really high resolution and it competes with a lot of the top-end professional DSLR cameras. So if you're one of the few people that don't already have an iPhone, you can get one on an affordable plan, or buy one outright, but you can get it on an affordable plan through most of the main mobile providers like Telstra, Vodafone, Optus, but you know, most of us know that already. And you can I guess, or you can mix it up a little bit, and if you don't want to just use the iPhone, I actually use a combination of the iPhone for recording. I use an iPad with my teleprompter app on it, and I use the Panasonic little Handycam, a HC V720. It's got a 20.4 megapixel camera, and you can also take still shots with that camera as well. The Panasonic also has its own image app, which is really easy to use, and it has loads of great functions which are sure to make recording really easy for you. You can use it with your iPhone to remotely control shooting and playback. So, for example, if you're recording, you can actually, because most of the time when you're recording, you're only shooting from the top half up, so top half of your body up. So you can actually have the iPhone in your hand and use that to stop, start, play, and that kind of thing. It's Wi-Fi compatible. And it also allows for easy uploading to social sharing networking, social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter and things like that. So I think it's a really good way to go. And I got mine in a kit with a carry bag and a few other bits and pieces for under $600 on eBay. So again, it's not a necessity, but that's something that I actually wanted. That was a personal preference for me. And I guess, like there's a variety of apps, apart from that image app for the camera, there's a variety of apps that you can use with your iPhone as well. So the Filmic Pro app is really good, and I guess to do the job right, there are a few bits and pieces that you're going to need to make life a little bit easier, and they won't break the bank. And the Filmic Pro app, it's really kick-ass, and it does so much. It allows you to see if your mic is working, find the right focus, get the lighting right, lock your focus settings so that it doesn't start focusing while you're actually recording, so you can set your focus pre-record. And you can get that app from the iTunes store for about $8. So, like I said, it's not expensive, but it does turn your iPhone into a broadcast-worthy HD video camera. It also has 4 times zoom and full control over focus and exposure. It has white balance for those of you that are a little bit technical, and it has a selection of frame rates, including and also includes a host of motion features that you would find on some of the high-end DSLR cameras. So really, this app has everything you need to create your own video, and you can even instantly share your HD movie on Facebook, Dropbox, YouTube, Twitter, heaps more as well. So that's a good little app. I've used that in the past. I don't actually use it at the moment. I've gone on to another one, which is the one I'll show you now. And I'm just testing this one out, but I love the Filmic Pro app, and I know a lot of people that do online videos, home videos, that they actually use that because it just gives them so much bang for their buck. I guess another alternative to the Filmic Pro app is the Movie Pro app from iTunes. It's a little bit cheaper, not that there's much difference between $5.50 and $8, but this one's only $5.50. And again, it lets you record your videos directly from your iPhone. It allows for better exposure and focus, more so than the native camera app that comes with your iPhone. And you can also monitor the audio via headphones, which is something the native camera app on the iPhone simply doesn't allow. And I guess that's really important because having the right volume is really cool when you're recording. It's one of the first things I test when I'm doing my videos, and I should have tested last week when I tried to run this webinar, is I always test that my mic's on. So I'll always do a little pre-record just to make sure the sound's right, that I've got no interference or anything like that. So a few extras that come with the Movie Pro app is it has an editor with quite a few functions that include pause, zoom, frame rates, and secret mode. Again, that's a little bit techie for those that know a little more about photography and videography. And it has a kick-ass resolution and multiple recording options, and it has the fastest performance as well. So that's where I'm really finding it a benefit over the Filmic Pro app as well. So again, really worth the small investment, and you can grab that one from the iTunes store for like $5.50. So that's not an expensive investment for anyone. So I guess now this is one of my absolute favourite tools, the Teleprompt app. This has been so valuable to me. It's an industry-leading professional teleprompter for iPhone operating systems, and oh my God, I absolutely love it. This teleprompter makes remembering your lines so easy, and it's so affordable. You'd be absolutely crazy not to use it. And there's a few teleprompt apps on the market, but this is by far the best I've seen and used to date. I just absolutely love it. I set it up on my tripod. As you can see here, I've got it set up on the tripod, and I just, it's got a few, you can adjust the settings on it, and I just think it's sensational. You can stand back and read it from a distance, just like you're in a professional recording studio. So it allows you to import documents straight from Dropbox or Google Drive, so there's no need to have to rewrite your documents once you're actually in the Teleprompter app. And there's also a quick edit feature, so that if by chance, there's a word that doesn't quite work or the spelling's incorrect and you keep saying the word incorrectly over and over again, instead of doing that and trying to remember, you can easily just tap on the screen, stop where you're at, go back to the document within the app, edit it, and straight back into your video, and it takes just seconds. So I love that. I love that feature, because as you're typing up your scripts, you're getting on a bit of a roll sometimes, and you do misspell things or put in a wrong word. Again, this can be remotely controlled as far as the text speed and the font size is concerned, and it's got quite a few different features as well. It's also Wi-Fi and Bluetooth compatible, which is a huge bonus. Again, you can grab this one from the iTunes store. I think it's like 15 or 18 bucks, but I've just said here it's 20 bucks because you really won't be paying more for it than that, and it's absolutely awesome. I just love it so much. Again, there's a few extra features with this one. You can import and export plain text documents, Word documents, so the .docx files, and rich text documents straight from Dropbox or Google Drive, like I said earlier. And like I said, it's also got that quick editing function and synchronization of your scripts from any device that currently use Google Drive or Dropbox. So if you do edit your script on the app, it actually automatically updates within Dropbox or Google Drive. So that's another huge bonus with this little one. And it's got a quick edit feature, like I said, so it allows you to make changes to your script without even leaving the prompting screen. So it saves you heaps of stuffing around and heaps of time. You can also video and record, so you can record yourself with the inbuilt microphone or camera on your iPhone or or your iPad, and then quickly export your recordings to Dropbox or Google Drive, or maybe even email them to yourself, and it's just a couple of quick taps and it's all done. So again, with the back to the prompting and the text speed control, you can choose between 100 fine-tuned scrolling speeds. So if you're like me and you're a bit of a fast reader, you can actually have it going. I have mine on, I think, on 5.5, which is pretty quick. And then sometimes I'll take it through to 6.5, which is quicker again. So if you're unsure of what speed, you can actually also choose the total time for the presentation, so the total time that you'd like the presentation to take, and then the scrolling speed adjusts automatically. So that's really cool. That's something I haven't actually used yet, but I'm recording another series of videos this weekend, so I'm going to give that one a whirl. A few other features for this one include that it's got iCloud sync. You can add cue points, so that it prompts you, for expression and that type of thing. And it also supports the Apple VGA adapter or the Apple Digital AV adapter, so that you can set AirPlay on the device and send the video straight to Apple TV. So if you're that way inclined, that's a really good feature. So again, this one's got so much more, so I really encourage you to check it out. Like I said, grab it at the iTunes store, around 20 bucks, and you won't be at all disappointed. I absolutely love it. Okay, a little bit more with the techie equipment. The microphone. This is my little baby. I love this one. This mic's really cool. The Audio-Technica ATR 3350. I think it's sensational. I grabbed this one from Amazon. Cost me about 22 bucks. The mic's really cool. It's pretty straightforward to use. Has a tiny little LR44 battery, so similar to the size of a standard watch battery. And it plugs straight into either your iPhone or the video camera's mic plug. So, you know, no stuffing around there. It's got an on-off button, which you can see here. It's got the on-off button. There's the little battery. It's got a little lapel clip so that you can clip that onto your clothing so you don't have to worry about losing that. But further down on the cord, because it's got quite a long cord, it's also got a clip so that you can attach it to your clothes, so it's not just dangling around. Yeah, so it comes with like a 5 to 7 metre long cord, which is really, really cool. I guess for the techie features, this little microphone's got Omni pickup pattern, offers full coverage. Means, you know, in short, it has awesome sound reception. And for the geeks out there, I guess it's also a dual mono, 1/8 of an inch output plug that connects to a video camera, DSLR, or handheld audio recorders stereo in a 1/8 of an inch input, and to record audio on both left and right channels. And the little battery comes with it. It literally comes ready to go. Again, you can buy that from Amazon for, you know, $21.75. I don't remember whether that includes shipping or not, but I think that either way the shipping was negligible. So I love that little mic. It absolutely gives the best sound, and if you've seen my videos, you'll see the sound's really crisp on that, and that's the little mic I've been using since I started. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome little gadget tool. Love it, love it. The iTrek. This, to steady your iPhone, you'll need a tripod, and to properly connect your iPhone to the tripod, you're going to need an iPhone tripod adapter, and that's what this little gadget is. And, you know, I love this little thing. I think this is absolutely sensational. There are dozens of different models of iPhone tripod adapters on the market that you can choose from, but this is the one I prefer, and it's really easy to use. It's sturdy and it's super lightweight. I think it's a light aluminium weight or something like that. So the super mount metal smartphone tripod adapter, use it with your iPhone. Like I said, it doesn't attach to a tripod on its own, so you'll need this little tool. And if you're using your iPhone for recording and your iPad on a second tripod like I do as a teleprompter, then you're going to need two of them. And, you know, 25 bucks each, absolutely priceless. These are as valuable as having your camera and, you know, for me, having the teleprompter. I just could not do what I'm doing, what I do when I'm recording without this little tool or without the two of them. So, and again, adjust to whatever size you need. So I think this one adjusts out to about 1.5 to 2 centimetres, which is pretty cool. You just twist it from the end here, and it's cushioned, so when you're sitting it against the screen or against the glass face of your iPad or your other, you know, mobile device, it's not going to damage it. Obviously, you know, you don't want to over tighten it, but you know, I think it's great. And you can get the iTrek iPhone adapter from Amazon or eBay. And like I said, I've paid only, you know, 25 bucks for mine, so 25 bucks each, 50 bucks overall. So such money well spent for me. All right. Sorry, just having a drink of my tea. Tripods. People think you've got to spend a fuck ton of money on a tripod, but you really don't. So unless you're a professional, you don't need to spend a fortune on one of these. They come in varying heights, 130 to 185 centimetres. I think you can get them taller than that, but I'm only a short ass, so I didn't need anything, you know, over 2 metres. And they're height adjustable and have, a lot of them have telescopic legs, which store inside themselves for easy transportation. And again, you can get them from eBay. And prices ranging from $8 up to 150 bucks. You can spend more than that, but it's really, really not necessary. You know, I guess they're lightweight. They, like I said, various heights. They fold away to around 13 to 16 inches, depending on the size of the tripod that you do buy. They're easily transportable, and they come with their own carry case, a lot of them, so you know, it makes things really easy. And also you'll see this pole in the centre. A lot of them have got a movable pole, which is telescopic, so you can actually adjust your height from there, which, you know, gives you an extra 6 to 10 inches in height on your tripod. I use the Benro, this Benro tripod. It didn't come with a ball head, which is this little gadget here, so I had to purchase that additionally. But I wanted something, you know, it's a bit pricier at $145, but it's extremely robust, and again, subject to your personal needs. You don't need to go so high end, but I was looking for something that would be international travel durable and was in the market for a tripod that would extend to like 175 to 187 centimetres. So this one again comes with its own carry case, and you can get it on eBay. So, or, you know, buy it direct from Benro. Just have a quick look online. But I love that tripod. That's the main one I use. That's where I actually sit my video camera, and I use 2 of the lighter weight ones for the iPad and the iPhone. So now, apps and apparatus. So lighting is crucial, but it doesn't have to be expensive. And these are the lighting kits. These are the exact kits that I use in my home studio. And you can get a 1 bulb and a 4 bulb version. I prefer the 4 bulb version simply because it's much brighter. And if you're setting up a home studio, this kit is great for any budget. It's like $170, $169.95 is what I paid for mine. It comes with energy-saving light globes, and it's really important as you don't want warm light, so you buy the daylight globes. So they give you, you know, the reason for the daylight globes is that they are literally as bright as day. I light up my studio, which is my lounge room, by the way, and it's like I'm standing out in the sunshine. It's so bright. You can get additional globes like 125 to 200 watts for about $25. But, you know, buying a 100-watt one from the hardware stores like Bunnings or something is just as good, and if you're using it in a 4 bulb softbox. So this kit, again, like you can see, it comes with all the bells and whistles, and it's only $175. This one comes with a boom, which I love because again, it's height adjustable and telescopic, and I actually sit this light directly overhead, so I get light directly on my face, which helps, you know, so that you don't have any shadows on your face. And you can use this kit for portrait shooting. You can, you know, for shooting clothing, models, footwear, bags, ceramics, or whatever. But you know, most of us are just going to use them for shooting ourselves. And I don't mean with a gun; I mean with cameras. So I recommend you buy your lighting kits from eBay. They've got a huge selection, and the prices are really reasonable. And you know, I think a lot of them do come with backgrounds. You can get, you're going to need something to shoot against, and so you will need a background. I guess if you've got a white or slightly off-white wall in your garage or at home, you might try that before you go and buy the background, the backdrop and its stand. But I guess if you're going to make use of your garage wall, I would encourage you to still get these umbrella lights. You can buy the set of umbrella lights for about $60 or $70 on eBay, and you don't need to purchase the background with it. I literally just purchased the backgrounds because that's what I needed. It comes with the height adjustable umbrella stands and umbrellas. It comes with this kit comes with 3 backdrops, the black, white and green screens, and again it includes the daylight globes. So, you know, this studio lighting kit used in association with the softbox lighting kit that I showed you just a moment ago, it gives you optimal lighting temperature, simulating full sunlight. So it's great for the perfect photo as well as kick-ass videos. And it's all really plug and play. So you'll notice a huge increase of the quality of your videos if you've done them in the past. And again, they come with their own carry case. So I guess let's just have a look at the costs, because you're probably thinking, fuck, all that's really going to add up, and there's a lot of stuff there, so it's going to cost thousands of dollars. It's actually not. All of that, the equipment that I just showed you then, $514.20, less, of course, the cost of the video camera that I purchased. Most people aren't going to go and buy that video camera, or the $145 tripod. So, you know, total setup costs are really quite minimal, and this is assuming, these prices are assuming you spend $150 on one tripod, which isn't really necessary because, like I said, you can buy them between $8 and $15. So, of course, if you're like me and you buy two of the iTrek iPhone camera tripod adapters, then add an extra $25 to your overall cost. And you want two tripods, one for the iPhone and one for the camera. And for me, I have one for the iPad, so I can use the teleprompter. So in this case, I've got three. But generally, I would recommend just buying yourself two. One for the iPhone for the video recording, one for your iPad if you're going to use the teleprompter, and stick to around $50 to $75 so you don't blow your budget. And as with everything, you know, it is important that you shop around for the best product and the best price, but like I said, there's no need to spend a fortune. I really didn't spend a lot of money to get started. I got started for the price that you could see there, the $515, and I already had my iPhone. That's what I started out doing, but then I decided that I wanted more than that, and that's literally just a personal preference. Now, I guess I film in my lounge room, but you could use any room in your house or in your garage, and you don't need a massive area to get the job done. So in my studio, it consists of, my studio consists of, there's my little studio there, my lounge room. It consists of like the backdrop with their stands, the two softbox and the boom light, the umbrellas, a couple of tripods, the iPad teleprompter, iPad with teleprompter, the iPhone for recording, and a Panasonic video for recording. So I'm literally recording on two cameras when I'm making my videos. Just saves time having to reshoot in 2 or 3 different locations to get different angles and different perspectives. So let's just go back and have a look at, most of you should have this. This was sent out to you as you registered. This is what I call the ultimate studio lighting setup. And you'll do well to follow the layout in the diagram provided so that it's you in the lead up to this webinar. This is the exact layout I use, and it'll make sure that you're not only standing in the right position, but that your lights are set up correctly and they're in the right position. So I have no problem with you ripping off my layout or using what I've shared with you. I guess, you know, after all, that's why I gave it to you. And if you're one of those who signed up a little bit later and you haven't yet received the lighting layout diagram, just email me at laurafrancis, laurafrancis.com.au and ask me for it, and I'll send the lighting kit straight out to you. It really is, the lighting setup out to you. It's really cool and something that's really, really, really necessary so that you get all the right lighting. Okay, so that's enough of the technical equipment. I'm sure people are going, holy fuck, that's a lot to absorb. For those of you who have joined me on this webinar, I will send out a recording. I wasn't going to record the webinar, but I'll send out a recording to you so that you can watch it at a later date and just to keep track. So, are you feeling a little bit insecure? You're afraid to put yourself on camera because you're worried that people will judge you and that you'll look silly. I guess I'd like to share with you my story. When I started out in business in 2008, like a lot of us, I thought I knew it all. And how wrong was I? It didn't take me long to realise that I had so much to learn and so many things to overcome. So it's been a fascinating journey, to say the least. Oh, okay. Peter's just told me that the Teleprompt app is now $31.99 on the App Store. So that's gone up a little bit in price as opposed to what it was when I purchased it. Thanks, Peter, for letting me know that. Okay, so I guess, you know, it's been an exciting journey, but one of the things that kept bugging me for a long time is that I'd watched thousands and thousands of successful business women absolutely killing it online. You know, they were hosting webinars and producing online video and running Facebook ads and wondering how, I just kept wondering how they got so fucking good at it all. And I guess not only that, wondered how they managed to deal with all of their fears and uncertainties around seeing themselves on camera and listening to the sound of their own voice. But you know, and not being liked by everybody, because a lot of us have this whole mindset that, oh my God, people don't like me, which ultimately doesn't actually matter. But these women, you know, I'd see them and they were dripping in confidence and they appeared to have it all, and I guess I just wanted to be like them. I wanted to be seen and I wanted to be heard online, and I wanted my own loyal online community. So I set about creating that, and I wanted to learn how to be like these women. And I don't mean like changing the person that I am, but getting that confidence and overcoming my fears, and you know, producing the webinars and the online videos and doing the Facebook ads and that sort of thing. So I spent, you know, 6 years watching and learning from these amazing women, and I learned a few very, very important things about them. I guess firstly, they're not perfect. They're just like me and you know, like they suffer the same insecurities that we do. They have the same fears that we do, and they get caught up sometimes with the same self-sabotaging thoughts that we do. You know, like saying that you're worried about looking silly and, oh, I don't want people to not like me. But they experience failures in life just like we do. And so I realised that they're not that different to me, but the biggest difference with them is that they're taking action and doing what needs to be done to grow their business online. And I guess, don't get me wrong, because fuck, I'd been taking action and I was doing a lot, but I'd been doing so in a really safe way. I had not exposed myself, and I don't mean naked. I hadn't set myself up for harsh criticism because I was afraid of being judged by people. And I didn't really have any haters, you know. Some people like you and some people don't, and if people don't like you, that's okay. Not everybody's going to. But worst of all is I guess I hadn't really been noticed. And what chick doesn't want to be noticed, right? Even when we say we don't, we're all looking for significance in some way. So for 2014, I set myself a challenge, and this was my year to get naked and take a chance on me. And I had been doing that to a degree, but this is really getting out from behind the computer and getting in front of the screen. So I decided it was time, the high time, that I stopped hiding behind a computer screen, and, you know, to stop wondering what if and how is it done, and to just get out there and do it. So this was my year to take action and to face my fears. And it's my year to quash my uncertainties and rid myself of the self-sabotaging mindset. So I spent a lot of 2013 learning, and I did my research, and I got educated, and I sought out the female experts, you know, those that are experts in their fields. I paid for their support, I paid for their advice, I followed their blogs, I joined their online communities, and I really invested time and money into me. And, you know, I sourced the people and the equipment that was needed to be able to do the job right. So come 2014, I was ready to go. And I guess if you're like I was back in 2012, 2013, you know, I know that you're scared to take that step and put yourself on video, but you really shouldn't let that fear stop you. Don't be afraid to put yourself on camera because you're worried that people will judge you, that they'll think you look silly. I guess, hell, you're going to look silly and feel silly, at least for the first few times that you do it, until you get comfortable with it. And, well, at least that's what I found. Once you've done it a couple of times and learnt where to tweak things, you know, it's actually not that difficult. You know, and you know, I had to admit to myself that those self-sabotaging thoughts were really just excuses. And, you know, I had to ask myself, what do I really want my business to look like, and what does my future really look like? You know, if I kept going down the road that I was going, hiding behind the computer and not putting myself out there, my future didn't look at all like I wanted it to look. You know, I didn't fucking make it to where I really wanted to go. So, you know, in fact, by hiding behind those fears, insecurities and uncertainties, by doing that, you're telling yourself that, you're really using those excuses to stop yourself from being all that you can be. And you're stopping your business from making fuck tons of money and giving yourself the lifestyle that you've always wanted to live. So I guess for me, I thought, what if it's not that difficult or as frightening as I think? You know, and the answers were right in front of me, and I realised that the time had come. And I decided it was high time that I exposed myself, and I decided it was time to face my fears and overcome my self-sabotaging thoughts and just put them behind me for good. And once I recognised that for what it really was, that it's just an excuse to not make videos or to take the right action, the action that I needed to take, I was able to overcome my supposed fear and do exactly what I knew I needed to be done. And, you know, remember, have a few dry runs and get over your nerves. And you don't have to air the first few videos that you do. You know, do it a dozen bloody times. I think I made 8 videos and sent them to my editor before I even published one of them. And the first few I wasn't 100% happy with, but I thought, if I'm suffering from bloody perfectionitis, which is a disease where you sit there and wait for everything to be perfect all the time and it actually stops you from doing anything, if I'm waiting for things to be perfect, I'll never ever get to where I want to go. So I really do encourage you to just, you know, take the bull by the horns and get out there and do it. And like I said, you don't have to let the first few videos go public, but you'll discover just how unimportant all that shit that you told yourself really, really is. So I ask that you get over yourselves, because your videos are not they're not about you. They're about your product or your service, and video used effectively can help you share your knowledge and your expertise and products with your clients, and a greater audience, a much larger audience. So, you know, I guess face your facts and face your fears, and you know, no one likes hearing the sound of their own voice, and even if they do, they wouldn't admit it, because, you know, that's just a little bit vain. And as humans, we are a little bit vain and a tad insecure, and naturally we are worried about being judged, and, you know, but we need to learn to laugh at ourselves. You need to understand that you're not perfect, and that your videos aren't going to be perfect either, because you're not an actor. And your home studio isn't a Hollywood studio. It's a home studio, and your audience actually isn't expecting an Academy Award-winning performance. So I guess, you know, there's a lot of things that you really do need to overcome when it does come to doing your own videos. But, you know, if you don't try to overcome them, you'll never cross that bridge. You'll never get to where you really want to be, and that's living that lifestyle of freedom that you've always wanted to live. Okay, so enough of that. Now, I guess, you know, so far we've covered a fair bit and looked at, you know, why you don't need to spend a mozza on flashy equipment to get started, where to find the equipment that you need, and how to make use of what you've already got. And you understand the importance, I'm sure now, of the ultimate studio lighting setup, and why you should try and replicate this in your own home studio. We've also talked now, just recently, about why not liking the sound of your own voice or worrying about looking silly isn't important. And how your fears around seeing yourself on camera and listening to the sound of your own voice and being judged by others is really ultimately just an excuse not to take action, and it really is holding you back from making real money online. So I guess the next part I'd like to go to is how we can use our bloopers. But before I move on to that, onto how and when to use your blooper videos to your advantage, I'd briefly like to touch on one of the other documents that you should have received in the lead up to this webinar. So let's take a look now at the ultimate video blog structure, and that's the slide that I've got up on the screen now. So this is specifically for those who may not have seen it. And the ultimate video blog structure, you know, it might take you a few tries to understand what format really resonates with your target audience, but that's actually okay. And as with all forms of marketing, you need to try a few different formats with your audience. Test them. Test out what works well with your audience and tweak it where necessary, and repeat that until you find the perfect combination. And tweak that until you find the perfect combination that works for your audience. And like all forms of marketing, producing an absolutely kick-ass video blog requires the 3 Ps. This is what I call the 3 Ps. Practice, just like I said, have a few dry runs until you get the hang of it. But don't drag it on forever. Don't do 6 or 8 videos and then leave it for 3 months sitting there beating yourself up over the lack of imperfection. Just fucking do like 6 or 8 videos and maybe a dozen videos. Send them to the editor. Look at where you're still going wrong. See, where you can change a couple of things. Perhaps you need to look up a little bit higher. Perhaps you need to position your tripod with your teleprompter a little closer to your camera so it doesn't look like you're looking off to the side and reading something. That's where the dry runs really come in handy. Persistence. Do it, and do it fucking again. Because if you aren't persistent and you're not constantly in the face of your audience, they're going to forget about you, just like last week's dinner. Like if you're nothing special and you're not out there and you're in their face, people aren't going to remember. And be patient. You're not going to build a 10,000 strong video blog audience or a following in a week. It takes time. It takes patience, persistence, and practice, like I said. And I guess, equally as important, I did touch on this with persistence, is be consistent. No one will take your video blog seriously or your videos seriously if you don't. So, there's no point doing 5 videos for, over a 5 to 6 week period and then not doing one for 3 months. People will forget about you so fucking fast. And then when you come back, you've got to start all over again. You literally have to start fresh because people just aren't going to remember you and they're going to say, oh, that's that chick I was watching ages ago. She just fucking disappeared. Why would I waste my time following her because she's only going to disappear again? So, I guess here's my secret formula for achieving the ultimate video blog structure. Grab their attention. Pattern interrupt with bloopers and jokes and laughter, wigs, text overlays. Don't take yourself too fucking seriously. Admittedly, you want your audience to take you seriously, but you don't want them to think that you've got to stick up your ass and you're so rigid that, that you're not even personable. So pattern interrupting with bloopers is and jokes and things like that. It's great because A, it shows people that you're a real human being, and B, it helps interrupt them and it helps keep their focus because it startles them back into the reality. So secondly would be to expose their problem. So if you're doing a video blog, you want to grab someone's attention. You want to focus on what their pain point is. You need to tell a story with your video blog. And what is it that's driving them crazy right now that you can actually help them with? Work on that. If you know your target audience, you should be able to work on that and come up with an answer to that. And I guess after that, you would be wanting to offer them a solution. So what is the best way for them to overcome this pain right now? So give them the answer. If you know what their problem is, you should easily be able to work out what their pain is. And, there are certain exercises you can do around your ideal client to be able to drill down on what their pain is and how to target your message to them. That's something I can help with. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'm happy to chat with you about that. But you need to really give them the solution, because if you point out someone's pain but then you can't give them the solution to that pain, they're not going to want to fucking listen to you at all. Another thing that you can do while you're on on your blogs, which I find really valuable, is to interrupt them with things like lead pages and subscribe boxes, chat boxes. I've got subscribe box written twice there. A subscribe box in the video. Ask them to leave comments, ask them to share on social media, that sort of thing. So, and subscribe boxes. And the next thing to do is to give them a call to action. What is it that you want them to do next? So, you've got their attention, you're sending them to lead pages. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to subscribe? Do you want them to register for something? Do you want them to sign up to an event? Do you want them to download? Do you want them to share your video on social media? Do you want them to leave comments on social media? I guess, there's quite a few ways that you can actually keep their attention and give them a call to action. If you've seen my videos, I often ask people to go to a strategy session if they're interested in what I'm talking about. So I guess let's get over now to the next discussion point, which is how you can use bloopers to your advantage, and I guess that'll have a lot more meaning to you. Let's just watch a quick video. This is one I love. I guess, firstly, bloopers don't have to remain on the cutting room floor. Some takeouts are absolute gold if you use them right. And like I said earlier, after all, Hollywood uses bloopers at the end of their blockbusters to build rapport with the viewer. So is there any reason that you shouldn't be doing the same? Here's a quick one that I put together recently. When I'm doing my videos, it's just so funny. You can say the same thing over and over and over again and not get it right. So let's just press play on this little guy. He doesn't want to play. Hey. Oh, that's not very nice. I'll send you the link for the bloopers anyway. I've got that. I do have that on my site, so I'll send that one through to you. Up, 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 up. It doesn't like me right now. Just a sec, guys. Okay, let's go back to that. Okay, slowly screen, come back up please. Oh, there we go. Let's go back. Let's see if I can get that to play again now. No, doesn't want to. Okay, so how can you use bloopers to your advantage? I guess, not like I said, no one is perfect, and you can use bloopers to break down the barriers with your viewers. And blooper clips and takeouts show that we're all the same in some way, that we all get tongue-tied and stumble over our words, and it's okay. It's really okay. And that you're allowed to get frustrated making the same mistake over and over and over, and that it's perfectly acceptable if you're swearing a little bit, like I do. That's my thing. And if people don't like that, that's okay. You can just piss off. And it's okay to laugh at yourself and to be laughed at. That's what I'm getting at with, getting over your insecurities. It doesn't matter. You want people to laugh at you. You want people to think that you're funny. I guess another way is to share a short clip on social media. Your bloopers videos can be really funny, so use them, like I said, as to break the barriers, as an icebreaker with your audience. Show your laughter, show your fumbles, show some crazy looks. It shows that you're a real person, and it helps people form a mental connection with you on a much more personal level. So I think there's heaps of entrepreneurs who aim for perfection. I did mention perfectionitis before, but what if you don't? What if you don't try to be perfect? You can use your bloopers as a pattern interrupt, just like the props and wigs and crazy outfits, like I mentioned earlier. They're a great way to breaking down the norm of your videos, breaking the monotony of you just sitting there talking and talking. So, in a bloopers video, don't be afraid to use clips where you laugh out loud or pull ridiculous faces or poke your tongue out. Where you're using your hands maybe just a little too much, like I do sometimes in my videos, and say something a little bit weird, like far out. I remember one chick was talking about having ADHD and being bipolar, and then she said something that was so psychotic. It was quite scary, but she used that in her video, and I just pissed my pants laughing. I thought it was hilarious. So I guess the point behind the bloopers is that you're not dead, so there's no need to be stiff. And unlike text, which has absolutely no tone, video is the perfect medium to get true expression and tone across to your video audience. I've got another bloopers video here that I'm hoping will play. Please play.
How do you expect your web copy should have a pattern? But if I had to pick, it says, and for numerous regions, right? Customers. Those exchange, there we go. Twitter can inspire interactions with Inspire. I keep missing a word. To engage with you. Odds are they'll
I love that last bit. All I was trying to say was reward, and it was so fucking hard. All right, so that's fundamentally it, guys. I guess, you know, if I'd love to answer some questions for you if you've got some questions that you would like to ask. So feel free just to pop your questions in the chat box now, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Okay. Anybody have a question on that? Anybody have anything on that? Okay. Well, I'm waiting for some questions to pop in. If you'd like to know more about how you can use videos to your advantage, I guess, you know, it's I guess the information in this webinar, you know, it's been quite generic, and, you know, it's a lot to take on board. But if you'd like to know like a more tailored solution that would work for your business, I'd love to chat with you. And helping entrepreneurs just like you overcome your fears and your objections around video and marketing, and working to develop with you to develop a kick-ass online content marketing strategy so that you can generate more high quality leads for your business. It's just one of the areas where I help my clients, and I guess along with identifying your target client, developing kick-ass offers, setting up your prices and selling your offer online using online marketing and the help of a shit-hot sales funnel. They're things that I really help my clients with. So I can help you step by step through the entire process, and you'll get to hang out with me one-on-one and kick some real goals online with your business. So if you're keen on getting up close and personal and working with me in a small but elite group, I do encourage you to head over to apply for a free strategy session with me at www.laurafrancis.com.au/strategy session. There you'll get to talk with me personally, you know, for about 40 minutes. I'll learn a heap about your business and the areas where you actually really need some help. So if you'd love to jump on board and do that, I'd be more than happy to chat with you. So I guess, again, I hope you got heaps of value out of that video. Quite a few of you hung on to the very end, which is absolutely awesome. And I do appreciate your time and your patience. I know I've tried to run this webinar twice now, but for fuck's sake, apparently the moon was in retrograde during June, and technology absolutely hated me and failed me at every turn. So I guess I do really appreciate you guys for sticking around and having patience and understanding as well. I do have another webinar coming up in a few weeks, which is focused more on online content marketing and doesn't actually talk about videos. But I've got a question here from Karen, who does my video editing. I do some of my editing myself, Karen. I also have a virtual assistant that I use. A lot of you will know that I also run a virtual assistant business. I do have a team of editors on board, and we do video editing quite a lot. Highly experienced, all Australian-based editors, all English-speaking editors, so you don't have to worry about sending your content overseas or to India or something like that. So if you would like to chat with me more about editing or getting an editor to help you with your videos, I'd love to speak with you about that. Again, Karen, feel free to email me at laura@laurafrancis.com.au. So laura@laurafrancis.com.au, and I can have a chat with you, set up a time to have a chat with you about some video editing strategies, and perhaps even share with you some of the software so that you might even have a go at doing it yourself, because you know, if you have the time to do it yourself, you can save a few bucks doing that. I personally don't have time because I'm running a business with, you know, I've got, I think I've got 25 different contractors that work underneath me at the moment, and I run 3 different businesses at one time. So love to talk with you further on that, Karen. There are a lot of video editors out there, but, you know, finding tried and tested, fuck, took me ages to find my 4 video editors, and I love them, and I would not trade them for quids. Okay. Do we have any other questions, guys, just before I head off? It's been awesome chatting with you. I hope you've got heaps and heaps and heaps of value out of it. For those of you who did join, I will be sending out a recording of the webinar, like I said. So keep an eye out for that coming to your inbox soon. And any more questions? Going, gone. Oh, excellent. No problems, Karen. My pleasure. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to head off, guys. Thank you so much again for all of your time. I hope you got lots and lots of value out of that. If you need a refresher on any of that, feel free just to hit me up on Facebook. You can find me at, what is my Facebook address? My personal Facebook is Laura Francis, Francis, or you can hit me up at Laura Francis Killing It Online. So that's www.facebook.com/Laura from Red Apple. So you can find me there. I'd love to chat with you. Love for you to join my my online community. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. See you later.